Hi everyone, and welcome to Season 2, Episode 7 of The Inside Job. This week's guest is Harriet MacMasters-Green, actor, writer, and yoga instructor. In today's episode, Harriet guides us through her journey to success, both in her professional and personal life, as well as sharing some excellent tips about dealing with anxiety during lockdown. We hope that you enjoy today's episode, and do not forget to like, subscribe, and let us know what you think in the comments.
Hey guys, hey! Welcome to another episode of The Inside Job. Today's guest is a yoga and meditation instructor. She's also an actor, and she is most proud of this role. She is a mama. She passionately believes that yoga is for everybody, and everybody deserves the opportunity to have yoga in their lives. Please join me today as I welcome the beautiful Harriet MacMasters-Green. Yay! To the Inside Job. Welcome, welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Finally,
Yeah.
I've been trying to get this wonderful woman on the show since the beginning of summer, but she was too busy jet setting all over Italy. And then I tried again at the end of summer, but she was sailing all around. Was it St. Lucia?
Yes.
Well, those are all places I would like to be, so I ain't mad at you.
Oh, but now we're
Thank
home.
you. Thank you for coming to the show,
Thank
Harriet.
you.
And you know, I mentioned that you are a yoga instructor. So obviously yoga is a big part of your life. When did you first discover yoga? I said yoga. When did you first discover yoga? Can you remember? And what was it that led you to it?
You know, I was really actually quite young when I first discovered yoga. I was probably a teenager, and it's probably, my background is in dance, and I think it was probably a way of, when I kind of stopped dancing at 16, I missed that movement. And then I think yoga I think it was like by chance, I went with a friend during A-levels, went to see how it was, and I thought, wow, this feels good. This feels good. I wasn't used to that. It was a completely different rhythm, tone, and feeling. Yeah.
And why should someone like me, who doesn't do yoga at all, why should I consider yoga?
Yeah, I think that's such a lovely question. I think that because, just for what you said at the start actually, that yoga really is for everybody, however much you think, no, and can seem a little bit like, everyone's kind of sort of chanting and doing all these kind of weird things, and also that yoga doesn't mean that you're so chilled out and you're not a non-human feeling being person. I think that's also really important, that generally we all come to yoga to calm down. I know certainly to teach that it helps me in every other aspect of my life. It's not because I'm a chilled out person I think, I'm just gonna, zen everyone. I know how much it helps me, ground me, and make me feel better, and I want other people to experience that, because life, especially right now, it's pretty hard.
Yeah. And you started yoga as a teenager.
Yeah.
Was there anything or any events in your life that led you to yoga, and if so, did yoga help you to feel more centered?
For sure, because then I left it. I remember that I did it as a teenager, and then I sort of revisited it again in my early 20s, and it really was in a period of my life that I was really finding a lot of difficulty. And the teacher, yoga, I think, is so much about a teacher. Not everyone has one teacher that they really like. There's I believe that there's like everything. There's one teacher for everyone. Like there might be one teacher that maybe a selection of people really love, and other people maybe drawn to someone else. I think that in that moment in my life I was drawn to the teacher, and it was that teacher that really kind of guided me and inspires me in that moment, I needed, I really believe that you attract what you need if you're open to it. And she was a much older lady, she'd been doing it for years, completely the opposite to me, but I found like a home in her class.
Okay, and what kind of yoga do you teach?
So I love this question as well. I teach, it's hatha based, very traditional yoga based, but because of my dance background, because of how I do believe, going back to why should people begin yoga, and also when you're new to yoga, I think you can sometimes feel it's a bit, not rigid, but it can be a bit like, oh, I'm not going to be any good, I'm not flexible, I'm not used to moving my body like that, that's weird and everyone's looking at me. No, I try and make everyone move in ways that really fit and open their bodies, that fit into obviously the mould of yoga, but allow you to, more in a kind of somatic way, express yourself. Like dance, I just think that we're designed to move, we should enjoy our bodies. You don't need to have any kind of body to enjoy it and feel good in
You
it.
need to have any kind of body.
Right, you just need to feels good even to, I spend even ages just sat and we move the top part. Honestly, I get everyone going, I've had everyone laughing and they giggle, especially when they're new to yoga, it's really embarrassing, but I'm like, God, do it, get over that. And it's like, oh my God, it's okay.
Wow, what kind of dance did you do?
So I did ballet, tap, acro, modern and contemporary. I kind of did a lot of things from,
Oh, so you did
image.
everything. Well, you kind of touched on it. So let's say that I'm sold and I want to start doing yoga.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to someone like me or a beginner?
Yeah. Totally don't worry about firstly what you're wearing, like what you've got to wear. That was a lot of people are like, oh my God, I can't go, I haven't got the right gear. No. Like leggings and a t-shirt, oh my gosh, brilliant. As long as you've got bare feet, amazing. That's like the key. And to just know and understand that everyone else in that room is feeling like you, that they are self-conscious. They're probably thinking, oh my God, I'm looking at the person next to me and they're doing it, and now everyone's going to be looking at me, teacher's going to think I'm rubbish, and just know that everyone else in that room is feeling the same as you. Even people that have been doing it a long time.
I think it's funny, but what you said about don't worry about the outfit, because at first I was like, oh, maybe I should do the show and I should wear a yoga outfit, maybe, and then I couldn't find anything. I was like, no, forget it, because I was so focused, and it's true, because you want to make sure you have the right yoga outfit, and obviously that's what you would think of, not being.
I spent most of my time doing as a student, even now in jogging bottoms, doing my yoga and a t-shirt. I did not have any kind of fancy, outfit, expensive £100 outfit. No.
Yeah.
No.
I was like, I'm not going to spend that much, and I know I'm not going to do yoga. Not just for the show. So that's a good point, because you always see when you open the magazines and these yoga outfits are so expensive. And it's like they're so thin. So I'm going to spend £100 on pants. And then you feel like you need to be in shape to wear these outfits.
No. I spent years in jogging bottoms, and in fact, my dad can even vouch for this. He made me throw them away not long ago. I've had them nearly 20 years.
Jeez.
So I'm not even and they're the ones that I started doing yoga with, and my dad was like, I can't see these again.
Well, that was some good practice.
I know it took me a lot to get it. I know, right?
20 years.
I know.
That's good credit. They don't
Right?
make that anymore. Now, you obviously have more going on besides yoga. You're a yoga instructor, you're also a meditation instructor, you're also an actor, and you're a mom. Is it 2 boys?
Yeah, 2 little boys.
2 little boys.
Yes.
How are you able to balance all of that and find like a happy medium? Does yoga help you to be centered?
Yeah, no, and again, I really like the way you asked this question, because I find it really hard to balance it, and I think that actually it's only in this time, probably even this year, that I've managed to kind of begin to come to terms with I've got to let go of the fact that I can't balance it all wonderfully all the time, and I can't be the 100% mum, I can't be the 100% yoga, I can't be the 100%, I really, when I'm on each one, I am, but as a human, I can't beat myself up for not being completely like balanced all the time on these things. And I think it's very important that, you know, in life and everything, relationships and everything, there's always going to be one that's like filled up more than the others. Like I find that when I'm working really hard, doing with my work, suddenly my children, my home life suddenly might go down a bit, you know, and it's finding, it's kind of being realistic as well, and yes, the yoga does really help me, because I know on the days that I do yoga, it helps me cope with that day better, and it helps me take care of my children better, deal with the screaming, the non-sleeping, the arguments, you know, it's like night and day. And I remember from a very early age, I've been here, and when my child was very young, a few months old, I began working here. Didn't sleep during the night, and I'd come here to teach. I'd get up at 4 in the morning, and my baby wouldn't, you know, have slept much all night. Sometimes was even awake with me as I was getting ready to go to work here. And I knew though that teaching would fill me up, even though I was exhausted. It would fill me up and give me that, like, the ability to just get through the day a bit easier and find the day more that I could cope better.
Do you have the little boys doing yoga?
Oh my gosh, I do. Yeah. Much to like dad's like, oh, I wanted to do football. I'm like, no, I've just signed him up for yoga classes, because he does them with me, but obviously now I've just got him a little teacher like at school. So
you're doing yoga instead of football.
Yeah. Yes.
In England.
I know.
The executive producer in the back is shaking his head. He's like, not my son.
I don't know, but that's like my I'm just like, oh my god, I had to kind of go behind his back and do it all. I was like, oh, unfortunately the football's all
I do
full.
not condone this. You went behind his back and put the kids in yoga. Well, at least they will be.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
And then when they get into football,
yeah,
they'll be really calm.
Absolutely, right? And be able to deal with, like, you know.
Do they also have track pants or jogging pants as well?
Yes.
The good thing is they're kids, so
Yeah.
they're probably going to grow out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, to your credit, the fact that you're able to fit into the same sweatpants for 20 years, I am going to start yoga.
Oh my god, that's really funny. It's so funny I had to it like that, but yeah, these poor sweatpants, these famous sweatpants. My dad sees this, oh my god, he's like, oh my god, those pants.
And you know, to a little bit more serious note, you know, I've been following you on social
Yeah.
media for a while now, and you speak a lot about mental health and the role yoga plays in it.
Yeah.
What are some yoga techniques that you could do to stay mentally whole during this ongoing pandemic? If there's anything that you can, if you can't show it, then you know that you can say that we should do just to help.
I really do think that that breathing, that just breathing is, you know, you don't need to kind of look at, you don't need to kind of be at home and thinking, oh my god, I've got to do the yoga and the meditation to be all, you know, everything's okay. I think just finding moments in your day where that you actually can come back to that space. Like we've all got calm and we're all essentially just, we've got a very calm place within us. It's just life and the actions around us and the people and the, you know, the energies around us that kind of make us feel, and our worries and our thoughts, you know, our minds thinking always the next thing, oh my god, I've got to do this, I can't relax, I've got to do that, you know. I think that it's a case of we're always living somewhere, whether it's the future or the past, and I think the key is to try and live in the present, which is hard for all of us, but it's like where the goal is, just to, you know, I'm just focused on in this moment with you. I'm not thinking or worried about anything else. Like in this moment, where, you know, is the one moment that counts right now.
So in terms of breathing, like you mentioned it.
Yes.
Is that something that you can
So it's different for everybody, and it can be people lying down in bed. And I say this because it's like something very easy to do. Lying on your back in your bed is a space of very calm, you know, zen anyway, and making contact with your body. And it might be that you place one hand onto your heart, one hand onto your belly, and you just kind of allow your belly to relax. We spend all of our time with our bellies. We think we've got to suck our bellies in. You know, we live up here. And it's about kind of allowing the energy to release down, and in doing that, the whole the shoulders, the parasympathetic nervous system, your body just begins to like, it's not in that flight mode all the time. It's coming down, and we all need a escape and just that contact with ourselves. And it's interesting, even touching, because especially now that we can't so much touch friends, family, whatever, even self-touch, I think, is really self-massage. Even like being able to touch your trapezius, like this muscle here, big thick, you know where all our tension lies, and just squeezing it on your inhale, really squeezing it like a sponge, and just allowing on your exhale to release it, to feel your hand going down your arm. You know, it's just like this feeling of just kind of making contact with our own bodies, our own beings again. You know, we're so much more than just the thoughts and our actions. This is, you know, we go so much deeper than that.
Oh, I'm feeling so relaxed.
Yeah.
I don't even know what my next question is.
Honestly, I could definitely calm you down. This would be for another time, but I could get you down on the ground in Shavasana, you know.
I'm gonna have to ask my husband if that's okay.
Yeah.
As a person, what has yoga done for you?
I think it's definitely made I'm a Gemini. I think I'm very fiery. I think
May
I'm June 1st.
May.
You Gemini too. Taurus, yeah, just on the cusp. So I think that it's like certainly the yoga helps to. Again, it's that balance, just finding that, just taking, I guess it's sort of slowing down the reactions a little bit, understanding, feeling, taking a breath before you kind of react, and also kind of calming down before big things happen, and afterwards, change, sort of things like that. And my children, again, is when you live, especially in a lockdown, with very young children that are screaming and going crazy at you, and you're trying to work, you're trying to earn a living, there's so many things against us all right now. If we can't have a one thing that draws us back in, the breath is one thing. It's our only, if you like, it's our biggest tool, it's our biggest support, our biggest anchor is ourselves, and it's inbuilt in us for us to access any time. And to even, like I said, just to put your hand on your heart and feel your heartbeat, is to listen to someone's voice on meditation, to, even if you're walking around doing the housework, even if you're doing the laundry or whatever, sometimes listening to a soothing voice meditation, even as if when you're in action, is incredibly calming, and just takes you out of that game, that ball of life, that roller coaster, kind of rolling ball that you can never stop. Take yourself away, take yourself into a room somewhere away from the chaos.
Okay. So it has helped you to live a balanced.
Yeah, it's exactly. And even when it's unbalanced, it helps me rebalance.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I like that. Rebalance.
Yeah.
Because that's important. A lot of times we're not perfect, so we are going to fall off track, and we are going to lose our balance.
Yes.
But it's all about being able to pick yourself up and get back on track.
Yes.
And that is the important part, because everybody's going to fall at some point in their lives.
Yeah.
But it's just how we handle it. I think that's the deciding factor for many of us, if we're going to stay down there and pity ourselves, or we are going to pick ourselves up and, like you said, find balance. Wow. She's like, Well, the premise of season 2 is all about finding or knowing your position, your passion, and your purpose. It's all about finding that. And I have introduced this game that I love to play, and it's about me going to your social media pages and pulling just pictures that I think are great. And don't be nervous. She's like, I didn't see anything embarrassing, so you're good. They're all wonderful. But really what it is you blindly just pick one photo. In this case, it's going to have random yoga poses. So I just want you to tell me what that pose is. I won't ask you to do it because you're glammed up. Can we get a look close up of the shoes, please? Can we just get that right there? And it's satin. She doesn't dress up, but she has
I
comes.
know, these are like my auditions.
Yes, we have to pay respect
I know.
to the shoe.
And my lovely Rebecca Mills dress. It's all very happy
She's
today.
shouting out the dress as
Yeah,
well.
this is my love. Oh, my dear friends.
Yeah. So, shoes, I always lose focus when it comes to shoes.
Yeah,
Just
you're a
have to give
shoes
the shoe-
girl. You're a shoes girl.
Gotta give the shoe a shout out.
Yeah.
So anyway, I have 5 photos here,
Yeah.
5 different poses. You just blindly pick one. Tell me what the
Yeah.
pose is. Tell me if at that stage in your life you knew if you knew what your purpose was or not,
Yeah.
and what your passion was or is if it's a current picture.
Yeah.
Because I just went through many
That's
stages
such a
from
lovely
past to
idea.
present. All right,
Okay.
so pick one.
Okay. I'm gonna go for this.
That one you
Oh
definitely
my
cannot
gosh.
do.
Oh my gosh.
What?
This means so much to me, this pose. You know that? That's so nice.
Let's
You
get
know,
it
oh my
closer.
gosh.
She
It's a
definitely
hands
will
up.
not be able to do this
Wow.
one.
Oh my gosh, yeah, because you really just will.
You want to get it
yeah.
closer?
Oh wow, yeah.
Ta-da!
Yeah, that's so nice you pulled this. You pulled this one because obviously everyone knows it's a handstand. I'm on my hands. I did this. This was the first time I'd moved since having my second child. The first time I'd moved. And my photographer friend Emma Jacobs, who I have to shout out as well because she's amazing. She took this picture.
Shout out to Emma.
Yeah, big time. She took me out, like literally weeks after having my second child, and it was the first time that. Again, also, can I just shout out also this outfit, which again, £5 like bought off a market store, like, but in Rome, and the bottoms, I just want to emphasise the fact that we were talking about,
Shout out
like,
to
literally,
cousin,
like,
shout out
like
to cousin Clarence.
proper market store, like, this is what I mean, this is what yoga's all about. Anyway, she took me to this, the park near where I live, and she was just like, just move and I'll take pictures, and this was like one of the first things I did. So obviously it was just after I'd had baby, and I guess I hadn't done this for a long, probably 9 months, I guess a long time, maybe pregnant, a year maybe. And oh my God, it felt so good, and it was so precious, and I just needed, I didn't even know if I'd be able to do it again, and like the emotions that went into that for someone that's used to moving all their lives, especially also a shout out to being pregnant, that when you're used to moving a lot and not being able to move like that, it's a whole other mental health ballgame. This goes back to the people again that are now, the mothers, the new mothers, the mothers that are pregnant, especially in lockdown when you don't have that so much like contact with the outside world, and that support is so important that even from home, find a teacher, find someone that you really relate to and that you fall in love with on the screen, because we really do need that connection. We're designed to move, and it feels, any movement goes. Like, it doesn't have to be anything fancy. That's because I've spent most of my life on my hands, and when I was a little kid, all I do was walk on my hands. It was, for me, an emotional moment. I just needed to know that I was still Harriet, even in a weird kind of way. I was still able to do it. So I can't believe you thought that's like the best one you could have done.
Well, a shout out to you
Yeah.
to do a handstand like 5 weeks after having your baby.
Yeah.
I have 0 kids and I still cannot do this.
Yeah, you say that, you never know. Start coming with me, I'll take care of you, babe. I'll look after you.
Maybe. I do like a good challenge.
Yeah.
I've done it in another way. If you are Jamaican, you know what I mean, but there's usually a wall that I've done the handstand and dance.
Perfect, yeah.
Mommy, you didn't hear that. Yeah.
No,
So,
that was brilliant.
yeah, and it's been a while on that one too. So, yeah, and then these are the other ones.
Yeah. Low lunge. Oh my gosh, that's kind of what I made up. I'm just feeling, that's me kind of
And then,
bridge. Oh yeah, dancer's pose, this one.
Dancer's pose.
And then on Jolly Mooja on my back as well. Again, that wasn't on after Ludo either. Yeah, no, they're all, I just, again, it's just all about just finding some way to express yourselves. And like when you get, we hold a lot in, don't we, all of us. We kind of let everything simmer maybe until it's like reaches, you know, and it might be drawn out in an argument, it might be drawn out in, you know, we're generally, sometimes we're not so good at like just going with things, and I think movement is like my expression when I feel like I'm going mad. Movement saves me every time, and you know, roll around on the floor, do whatever you want to do it alone, do it with other people, but just, you know, let yourself move.
And so, what's next for Harriet?
Well, my acting, I just recently hopefully got a couple of new projects coming soon too, and more yoga, more community yoga. I'm driven to kind of, like we've spoken of, try and make it more community based. I really want to draw in the people that don't want to do it. I want to get those people to, you know, I'm gonna
that really don't want to do it. You.
I'm gonna, you know, that's like my, you know, it's
I'll try.
Yeah, you will. I think you
will.
know, yeah.
I will.
I would love you to. I would love you to do it and to share it if you know, however you felt. I think people would really relate to that as well, for you doing it.
Yeah, no, our executive producer, he does it a lot, and I
Wow.
have the mat, and he actually bought me the mat, and it's.
Yeah, no, let's.
I haven't opened it yet.
No. Okay.
But I will.
Okay.
I will. For the month of November, I am going to open.
Okay,
it.
promise me this, that you'll have like a session with me, just one-to-one, like that. I'll just
I can
Zoom.
promise you that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Deal. Okay,
I can do that, and
Alright.
you know, it's
Okay,
done
cool.
jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
That,
See.
yeah, my husband wanted me to do. I tried that too. If I can try that,
Cool.
I can do anything. I'll try it at least once.
Okay, cool. Brilliant. Yeah.
Okay. So acting.
Yeah.
How do you fit that in?
I know, again, it's just like, trust me, it's been like, that's why it's been wonderful, because I teach very early mornings, and I can go on to set often after that, or I go to auditions often after that, or now obviously with lockdown it's been very much more self-tapes.
So do you have any upcoming films that you want to
Yeah, I
mention?
can't really, well,
you can't mention
I
it,
can't,
that's
there's
fine.
some of them that are just coming up, but I've just recently won awards for a short that we did just before lockdown, which was amazing,
What's it
which
called?
I'm very grateful for, Exit,
Excellent.
which is very exciting, and I'm kind of, I guess, hoping that lockdown doesn't happen again, so I can continue doing that, because it just brings so much joy being, you know, I get everyone on set doing plank, and I challenge them all to do yoga, mindfulness on set. It's really fun.
Well, Harriet, it was definitely worth the wait. I'm so glad that we're finally able to meet, and you're gonna get me to do yoga. Hopefully we won't have this lockdown. I would love to. I mean, the studio is beautiful.
She's
It's
find me,
calm, and it's really nice. So definitely come. You know, and thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you
It was
so
a
much.
pleasure. Let me give you a hug, because you might not get one again.
Thank you. I know that might be it.
From a non-family, non-household.
Yeah.
If we go back into lockdown again. And I just want to thank you, the viewers, for continuing to watch The Inside Job. Please remember to comment, subscribe, like,